Okay, for homework 927, I'd like you to copy all this work and then write the 3 words to show me that you listen. All right, so again, we need you to know how to find a basic unit rate where you have 1 on the bottom of your fraction. If I take that 50 and I divide it by 2, which means I type that 50 in first, hit the division button, hit that 2 second, and then hit the equal, it will give me the unit rate, $25 for every 1 hour that you're working. Knowing that I could use this conversion, or based on the problem that I'm giving you, I could use 1 hour for every $25. You could use that conversion too, based on the problem that we're given. Are we giving you money to use, or are we giving you hours to use? So here I go. Using either conversion, I'm going to say, okay, you got 4 hours. Which one are you going to use? So I'm going to have you times this by the correct conversion number. You would not want to use this one. You wouldn't want to use 1 hour for every $25 because no units would cancel. You need to have units diagonally cancel. So don't use the 1 hour for every $25 unit. Use the other flip-flop. Use the $25 for every 1 hour. And the reason we use this one is that 1 hour, that unit will cancel the other hour unit that's diagonal of it and leave me only the money unit. And then all I got to do is times straight across. 4 times 25, that gives me 100. 1 times 1 on the bottom gives me 1 on the bottom. That dollar unit is still there. We're going to just write this as $100. We're never going to write it over a fraction if we don't need it. So if you're working at $25 an hour and you work for 4 hours, you've earned $100. This next one is saying if you have 150 bucks earned, how many hours? So for this one, you would not want to use the $25 for every 1 hour because nothing would cancel and you'd have to times $2 units. Now, you don't want to have that. So that means backtrack. Don't use $25 for every 1 hour. Do the flip-flop one. The 1 hour for every $25. And the beauty of doing that is these dollar units will end up canceling away. I'll be left with only the hours that I worked. I will have to though times the 150 and the 25 on the bottom to get 150 over 25, and again that unit that's left is hour. If I divide that out, that gives me, if I use my calculator, gives me 6 hours. The first word is saga. Saga. So again, sometimes you're forced to use the regular unit, dollars per hour, dollars per minute. But sometimes you're forced, based on the information given to you, to use the flip-flop conversion, the 1 hour for every $25. Again, to get that unit to cancel away and leave the one that you're left. Second word is fish. Fish. All right, this next problem I want you to see is this, which we're getting into tomorrow. If you times 2 fractions, you times straight across. 4 times 1 gives you 4. 3 times 2 gives you 6. But if you have problems that have maybe a variable in it, or actually if you have problems like this, with a equal between them, like 4/3, x over 12 maybe, these have an unknown in them, a number that you're trying to find. So for these, you do not go straight across. For these, because you don't have a dot between them, these ones you go crisscross, timed this way and then timed this way. The first way I times 3 times x, that gives me first part of my equation, 3 times x, we write it like that. And then 4 times 12, instead of writing 4 times 12, which we could, we use the calculator to times 4 times 12. That gives me 48. And then to solve for that unknown x, the opposite of timesing by 3, dividing by 3. So if I divide that by 3, that gives me what that x number would have to be. If I divide 3 into 48, good old-fashioned math, looks like that number is 16. So if I do 4 over 3, that is equivalent to 16 over 12. They all have the same value, and I get that by not multiplying straight across, crisscross multiplying. And you can tell when you got an equal between them versus a dot meaning times, tells you the different direction. All right, third word is cross multiply. Cross multiply. Good luck. See you tomorrow.